Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you getting into my week one of my weekly check-in for the month of March. So what I do here, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here, is I take my budget and I divide categories for spending. I have 6 categories that I use, and these are the categories that I have. They're all abbreviated here, so if they don't make sense, pink is always grocery and household items, blue is always restaurant, this mint green is miscellaneous, the orange is gasoline, and copay is purple, and unbudgeted, which is any money that was not planned and it's taken out of the buffer of the checking account, is in yellow. So this category in particular I do not use much, mainly because I don't have much of a buffer in my checking account right now. If you saw my monthly budget, you know I had like 96 cents left. So this is a really tight budget and I got to stretch it throughout the entire month. So we have 13 transactions we're going through here, and I started my month on the last day of the previous month for spending categories, and that was the 28th. All of these 2 blocks right here was one day, so I needed to share the block next to it to get everything put in, but we had several things happen that day and we were just running a whole bunch of errands and taking care of stuff. So I have my weekly check-in right here on this little piece of paper. I'm actually almost out of these sheets, so I'll be switching to something new, which I'm kind of excited about, and I'm just ready to go ahead and get into the weekly check-in. So the first thing we have here is the pink category, grocery household. I did go to Walgreens. My son had a prescription, that's that purple one, but the pink one here at Walgreens was an item that I keep forgetting to go grab while I'm at the pharmacy, at the regular grocery store I normally go to, and that was to pick up an ice pack for my freezer and stuff like that. My husband and I use ice packs kind of frequently. Kind of tells you how old we are. So I needed a new one, so I bought a new one. It was $11.65, and it was just one of those nice soft small size gel ice packs, and they're very handy and convenient, especially if you have migraines on your head and stuff like that. Because it is soft, it can mold to your head and cool and calm things down. I know my husband, he absolutely loves using it for migraines, so I definitely wanted to make sure we had plenty in the freezer. So next thing I have here is a grocery pickup for $76.97 for odds and end groceries, fruits, meats, milk, cheeses, all the things, and that's what we bought to finish off some recipes for this week that we just went through. And then $36.15 on Amazon. That was, it slipped my mind. Hold on. Okay, I remember now. This was a big box of 80 trash bags for hefty trash bags. And then I had liquid IV multiplier hydration that we use. We were out of a certain flavor, so I picked up one of those. So those two together were $36.15 and Amazon Deliver. It was actually cheaper than the grocery store. So if I can find it a little bit cheaper and it's delivered in a couple of days, I don't mind ordering on Amazon for things like that. The next thing I have, I haven't been checking these off. Hold on. Boop, boop. And there was nothing on Saturday. So the next thing I have is Monday. I did a big grocery run. Definitely more milk, several meats, and other snack items and stuff like that. $153.32. And then Meijer again for $45.44. So some members of my family forgot to tell me there were certain things they needed, especially bathroom stuff like 2-pack deodorants or body washes, shampoos, and things like that. So that was $45.44. Got that taken care of. And that was it for week one of the weekly check-in for grocery household. Now, I'm only checking in from the 28th through the 6th. My new week starts every Friday. So what happens here belongs to week 2 weekly check-in. Sometimes I film it after I've already started putting things there, and that's okay. I just let it sit there until the next week. So let's go ahead and total these up and see what we spent in this category. All right, we spent $323.53. And that was total for that one category. Next, I'm going to move on to our restaurants. And Friday night is always pizza night, so we ordered the family pizza and had it delivered. So that includes tip for $51.09. It's a family of 4 adults plus a side item or appetizer, whatever you want to call it. And then Chick-fil-A for $7.73. I treated myself to a breakfast out, and I hadn't been to Chick-fil-A in a while for breakfast, so I missed it and I wanted to have a little treat, so I did treat myself that day. And then I had Taco Bell with my husband. We just decided to get lunch. I think he had dropped his work truck off and it was his lunch break, and then and I was picking him up and bringing him home. So that was $22.98. That way he didn't have to spend like 3 hours at the garage waiting for his vehicle to be done. And it's right down the road from our house, so that was not a problem. And Thursday I had a meeting with somebody from church. We both volunteer. They're assistant treasurer and I'm new to being a treasurer. So because of that, we meet up once every other month and making sure I'm learning the system right and I know what I'm doing, and setting all the stuff together for the church to know what's going on, and as far as the accounting of the church. So instead of cooking dinner and meeting with this person, I just picked up Chick-fil-A. It was $40.32 for 4 adults, 4 meals, and that is everything for eating out restaurant category. So let me total that up. That was $122.12. So that's more than what we normally do for a week, but normally I would have cooked this day and not spent money, but that's okay. We didn't mind doing that, and we'll just make adjustments as we go throughout the month. Next, I have miscellaneous, and the first thing we have here is O'Reilly's Auto Part. So O'Reilly Auto Part, my husband picked up, it's the clamps that go, battery cable clamps that go over the battery. The one we had on his vehicle cracked and broke. So he bought a new clamp and fixed that. It's $8.58. And then there was something my husband bought a couple months ago or a month ago or something, and it didn't work out, so we sent it back, and we actually got credit money back. And the money we got back was a little over $15, $16, and it went back to Amazon as a credit. And so when I made another purchase, it took that credit plus what was left that I was on what I was purchasing, and I only had to pay $10.60. So this was for a bra I needed, and I want to go ahead and get one of those, and I think you can figure out why on that one. So gotta have good support. So that's what we're talking about here. So luckily I got something that I wanted, and I got a little less, even though it was money we had already spent from previously. This was the difference. So $8.58 plus the $10.60, and that is $19.18. Now check those off. And the next thing I have, it's not gasoline, but occasionally, especially in the wintertime after the roads have been salted and stuff for ice and snow, in January, February was all ice and snow, the car was very dirty, and you want to get the undercarriage of your vehicle really clean, get that salt off so it's not corroding things and aging your car and causing problems. So I went to Tidal Wave car wash and got my car washed. And that was $21, and I went through that little Technicolor drive-through whatever thing with all the soapy bubbles, and it pulls you through and all that, and washed the car out, and it looks really good now. And that was the only thing I got there with, and I just took it out of gasoline. I just figured that would be the easiest place to take it out because it's related to the car, and we only do it occasionally. The next thing we have is the copay, and that is my son's prescription. It was $12.80 at Walgreens, and that is that. Now I do have a couple other things here that are bills related, so we're going to flip to the paycheck one. Now I have filmed the paycheck one and I haven't uploaded it yet. So I do need to do that. I might do that before I upload this video. So hopefully before this video, paycheck one will be uploaded, and then this one will be weekly check-in right after that. So I did write out all my bills. I did have everything, and this is everything that's cleared thus far. And I draw a line right where week 1 and week 2 are in paycheck 1, because paycheck 1 involves 2 weeks, week 1 and week 2. It's 14 days or 15 days long. The last day of the previous month all the way up to the 14th. So it's usually about 15 days long. And so Spectrum and Hulu Plus were the only 2 items that went to the credit card that need to be paid. So I have those written right here. And they were also put on my transaction log in the back. So I have them in both places. So I'm just going to go back to here. The Spectrum was $113, and then Hulu Plus, Live, Disney Plus, ESPN, all the whole package plus no commercials, $101.75, and those 2 combined are $113 plus $101.75. That is $214.75. Okay, so now I know how much in bills I have to pay the credit card and all the spending that I've done for week 1. I always pay the spending on every week. Whatever we spent and it's on this calendar, I make sure I pay it because it went to the credit card. And any bills that went to the credit card, I pay that as well. So I pay it all in one payment, and it covers everything and brings the balance on the credit card down. This way I can keep it paid off based on what we were spending. Now I do have some debt on my credit card. I have not done my debt confession video. Hopefully I'll get that maybe middle of this month. We'll have to wait and see. Tomorrow on Saturday the 8th here, I'll be in Lexington and going to Lexington Con with my son, and we're going to meet some celebrities and get some autographs like we do every year. So I'm really excited about that, and I'll have that to talk about. But those transactions won't be hitting this. This is cash we've saved up separately, or my son saved up separately. I just get to go along for the ride with him. But I am planning to get one autograph for myself though, and I have cash for it. So that won't be in all of this, but I will talk about it and share who we saw and what it was like and all the things while I film my videos, because it's always fun. I love that. So because all this goes on the credit card, I need to find out how much to pay back the credit card. And after that, I'll go to the weekly check-in, which is here. And then we'll fill this out too. So let's get the total, and then I will fill the rest of this out. All right, so we need to pay the credit card for everything that we spent in 1 week, $713.38. And that is that. Keep that credit card paid off on all that spending. And this is how I stay in control and on top of, and don't put off tomorrow what I can do today as far as paying off the credit card or keeping the credit card paid down. So for the entire month, this is the budget for everything. 80% of our income comes at the beginning of the month. Pretty much all of this is already sitting in the checking account. So I just every week just get to pay the credit card and kind of give myself an amount to work with every week. And so far, it's been working really good this way. I like doing it this way. You can actually divide what you want these into 4 or 5 weeks, however many weeks in a month, and you can set that up and only spend that amount per week. It just depends on what is working best for you. And right now, this is making sense to me, but you get to do it however you want. So let's go ahead and figure out where we are at with all of this. I'm going to go ahead and write all these little different categories amounts that we spent, and then we'll come back and do the balances. So I'll be right back. Okay, so in the notes section, I only put a check mark only because I know I've already made the payment before I came on camera of that exact amount. So all of that's been paid, and this tells me I made that payment. So let's see what we have for the rest of the month in our categories. So $1,500 minus the $323.53 gives us $1,176.47 for, am I doing a 3 or 4 week or 5 week month? I'm not sure what I'm doing. I would have to kind of calculate it out because there's like 3 or 4 days. I can make it a partial week and make it a 5th week in my planner, or I can make it a 4 week and move those into the next month. I haven't really made that decision yet. We'll see how the money turns out though. So I'm going to divide it by 4. Divide it by 3 to give me a 4 week month because we've already spent 1 week, and see what that looks like. So it's $392 a week. So that works out. And then if I get towards the end of the month and there's nothing extra, then I need to move it into the next month. And if I have extra, then I will use those whatever's left to finish off in the last 3 or 4 days of the month. So hopefully there's still money left over. But if I can keep it at $325 or less per week, I think I'll be okay for this month. So we'll see. $400 for the month. I was hoping not to go over $100 a week, but obviously that's not happening. $122.12 was what we spent, and we still have $277.88. So I can see us running out of that really quick. $92 a week. It's close to $100, but not quite enough. So yeah, we might be skipping on some eating out, hopefully. Though I've already ate out once today, so I did get invited somewhere, and that's why I did go out to eat. I didn't just say, oh, I want to treat myself. No, I got invited to a place to meet up with somebody and just have some conversation. It was really awesome conversation, so I needed that. So we have $100 for miscellaneous. It's just random things that not really fitting in the other categories, but they need to be accounted for. So we had $19.18 as our total, and out of 100, that's $80.82. I could divide that by 3. It's $26 a week. I think that's fine. We really haven't been using this category much, and we're hoping that this stays very low. I think $100 has worked last month, so I'm hoping it's going to work this month as well. So gasoline, gave myself $200 for the month. I get to fill up my gas tank. I think I might do it tonight, and then that way it will be full before I leave for Lexington to go to Lexington Con tomorrow. Well, that's a mouthful, and so I will have to do that. But I've been only filling up my gas tank twice a month, so I think 200 is enough, and that 21 on top of it's not going to hurt anything, which means I have $179.00 divided by 3 weeks left. $59 a week. Yeah, I'll only use, rounded up to $60. I'll do $60 twice, and that's it. So I'm not going to really need to worry about the gasoline. I have enough, even though I spent for a car wash there. That's fine. That's not going to be a problem. $75 minus the $12.80 for copay for my son's prescription this week, and that gives us $62.20. I have a prescription. There might be some more this month. I'm not sure. I know a couple that I need. And then my son has a copay, I think, for a doctor's appointment. And that I'm waiting on the bill, so we'll see. Next, we have unbudgeted, which was 0. I have no buffer in the checking account to use that, so we're not going to worry about it. So that is that. Everything looks good. 62, let's see, divided by 3, it's like $20 a week. The copay, I think, is for the doctor's appointment is $25, so that won't be a problem. And that still should leave enough for what we normally do for prescriptions, so I'm okay there. So these ending balances for the week are the new beginning balances. So I'm going to copy these over real quick because I forget to do this every week. Okay, so that is the weekly check-in. Everything is looking pretty okay so far. We'll see how it is towards week 4, and if we have enough till the end of the month. I don't know, I have to wait and see, but I think we're going to be okay this month. And I'm excited to get back and let you know how Lexington Con went and who we met and what we saw and all the things in our next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.